is going to be the main sign-in page for Bold Genius, where we provide, you have a username and password. So this is going to be our Bold Genius, and it's going to take you straight into the home page. So this first page really incorporates a lot of kind of shortcuts to whatever it is that you're wanting to go to. So you'll notice here the My Learning tab. That's going to be where you can get to all of your courses. It's going to show you your year-to-date training hours, the percent of the training that you've completed, and it also will take you straight into the courses. The next icon you see there, the current training, is just that. So it's going to show your current enrollments, which are classroom trainings, where you come out, to Colorado Springs and are part of our classroom trainings, and that's going to show all your enrollments in those. And then the e-learning in progress. If you have to pause a course for whatever reason, take a break, you can go straight into it right there as well. And then the assessments. Those, whenever you, after on-site trainings, like if we come out to your company and do any kind of trainings, or if you come out to our, manager training classes, the classroom ones, sometimes we will, assign you assessments just to make sure that you've retained all that information that we discussed. And then the next one here, the transcript. You can go in, check out all the courses that you've taken. It will show you when you completed the class, and it gives you the grade for that as well. And now this next one, the collaboration, this is kind of what I was talking about as far as the Information Knowledge Hub. So some of you, I don't know if you're how familiar you are with Fusion, the program that we use to put in support tickets and things like that. There's the knowledge base on there where we have tons of good information on how-tos, questions and answers, things like that. And Karen went ahead and incorporated that knowledge base into the collaboration. So people that are coming on, new operators, current operators, whoever would be taking your training class can go on and just find some information about Manitou itself. It's not just specific to the operating alarms. So, and we'll break down into some of these a little bit more specific later. And then we'll just scroll down here. The announcements, any upcoming training classes, like the discussion right there at the top. That's when she put all the knowledge-based information in the collaboration. She threw that on there as kind of an announcement to tell you what's up and new. So you can go into one of the training classes. So up here, the My Learning tab will take you into all of those. Oh, and you know what? Oh, there we go. Okay. So you'll see here for the learning plan, it has a breakdown of all the courses. So very user-friendly, top to bottom. Select the course that you want to take. Select the BT100, which is the Introduction to Manitou. We want the operators, new operators, to be able to come in and not only learn how to, operate an alarm, but know the Manitou software, know what Manitou is. So we break it down from the very basics at the very beginning, and then we get down into the specific areas of their job. So not only can new operators use this, current operators, refresh courses, or things that they may have never really had a sit-down class on, data entry, supervisors, managers. It's not just for operators. This has a ton of information, and the classes are very specific to who their audience is. So let's go ahead and check one out. So we'll do the BT100. Again, view, next step, launch. We don't want a training class on how to use the training program, so it's very simple. Oh, pop up, sorry about that. All right. So another cool thing is you double click and expand it, which is really nice. So I've been into this one quite a few times, so if you ever pause it, this is the pop-up that will come up to see if you want to start where you left off. But we're going to say no, so we start back at the beginning. All right, so this isn't going to have audio, but it's the outline here, the very first tab. It's the most popular, most common way of viewing the e-learning class. So you plug in your headphones, sit back, and just take in all the information. So the other one, though, is this thumbnail, which will break down to each specific clip. If you want to kind of play around with it, you know, we really want whoever's going to be taking these e-learning classes to really be able to make it their own. You know, there's a lot of different learning styles, so we want to teach it in different styles. So that's one other way. This one, which I think is pretty awesome, are the notes. So this is all the text you'll see here on the left-hand side of what they're going over in that specific clip. So you'll notice we're going to come up to a vocabulary. It's going to go over all of the vocabulary. And the text right there will break it down, just something to go back on and look. Or if you're coming in and you're wanting to refresh, and you're a little familiar with what's probably going to be taught. I'm sorry, got some chords here. You can just type it in. So we can do something very simple and basic like Manitou. Those are all of the clips that are going to talk about Manitou. But that's pretty, you know, there's a lot of them. So if you want to be a little bit more specific, let's say customer ID. There's 3 clips. So if you know what you want to go in and be like, you already took the class, you're like, oh wait, I want to, you know, I know they mentioned something about customer ID. Just type it in and it'll go straight to those clips. So Karen also up here put some information about herself, how long she's been with the company. The other thing she's done is her email. So this is actually going to be directed, and when you send out an email, and we're going to go in and change this as well, but it's going to come to me. So we want you to be able to interact with us. We want you to ask us questions. We want to know what's going to be easier for you. So that's another thing. That's it, that I put those index cards out there because we really want feedback. We want to make this as helpful as possible for you. So if we just close out of here, and let's go back to that. Were there any questions as far as the class? Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, yes, this is going to, as far as the like 161 versus, no, that's not going to change as far as the Manitou classes. Where it is going to change is any like updates or anything that's going to be specific to your company. We can assign those specific classes for whatever module you may have added on or whatever changes might be in your patch. But as far as the 161 versus the other, this is to the 161, but it is also very basic and broad, and we are able to, depending on which company, make it specific to your needs.
What about screenshots? Are the screenshots going to be the screens for our current version that we're
They're actually gonna be with the 161. And Josh, did you?
I was just going to say that, as I understand it, the plan is to keep updating with the current version. So it's 161 to whatever is after 161 before the Manitou Omega thing. It's not going to change anything. But we'll keep updates when there's new release. We'll keep updates to the training.
right? The only reason I ask that, let's say we have a class actions that's going to start in October.
Okay.
So when they start, they train on it. When they go to the floor, I don't know if we'll see a different version that they saw when they saw it. Because
I see. Yeah.
like maybe the first day of orientation of a class, we may do that, but I don't know if we'll see a difference.
I can see. Yep. Good question. Yes.
Is there any troubleshooting type information in this? Like for instance, if somebody has a problem, is this something that they can go into? Like they're making up a workflow, for instance,
Okay.
and they have some questions or something's not working right. Is that something that they could use for that, or is that going to have to go just to the tech support for that?
Well, it could be both. We usually want to start off with the training, but obviously you can call in. But as far as the training, that's really where we want to start, you know, because that's where you're going to retain it, and that's where if you're learning it yourself, that's where it's going to be helpful. But if there's something specific that you're wanting more information on, always feel free to call me, and I can direct you straight to the class. That would be a lot more helpful. Yeah.
Great, thanks.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. There is, yep. Yeah, so we also, we have users and we also assign supervisors. And that's gonna allow you to go in and see their, how many classes they've taken, if they've taken any classes, and if they've completed them. One other thing that we do is that I check every month is who's completed what courses, and I send off certificates as well. So we kind of both have eyes on it. I more so look at the completion, but yeah, supervisors can look in at any time. And it's a yearly, it's per user per year. So within that year, you can come on and take as many classes within that 1 year. But yes, there is a cost, and it's per year per user.
Okay, so without training class, and Josh knows this, we hire at least 25 people
Okay.
in class, but we may only keep 3, or we may lose 3.
Sure.
So we still would have to pay for the full 25 once they start the enrollment, correct?
Correct. And what it would depend on what process that they're leaving too. Because I mean, we would send out a template, and you would assign those, and you can have like 25 users, and I can only, if you say, here's 5, I know these 5 are going to stay, and I'll assign those, and then you still have the other 20 to use.
It's slots though, it is slots, so you're licensed for 20, you said, and say you lose 4 of them, then it's up to you to kind of update that list, so you send us in the form.
Right.
To replace, you still have 20 slots. It's up to you. Yeah.
Correct.
Except the classes that we take. You can, the tests can only be taken, there's tests on each courses, and you can only take the test twice, and you can retake the content as many times. So I have a question. When you write a pretty much like you reset that future memory. That's a great question. I don't think any of them has an answer.
Would you mind writing that down though for me? I would love to collect those, because that's something I would, yeah. Sure. Right. No, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. If you wouldn't mind, I would love. Yep. That's a good question. Cool. Yeah, like I said, any comments, any way that we can make this as user-friendly or whatever is going to help you guys, that's all the information that I would love to have. So please write that down. I want to collect that and get back to you. And contact information too, if you don't mind. Yes.
Brought up the fact that there's screenshots and stuff you may not be able to see. Can we go in and pick classes that we don't want them to see? Or workflows? It makes no sense to see workflows.
Sure. Well, when we get your template of users, we assign those specific people groups. So if they're going to be doing if they have a specific operating group, as far as to operate an alarm, or for more specific for tech, IT, data entry, supervisors, things like that. So as far as specific courses that you don't want them to see, like, is it a waste of time, or you just don't want them to? Okay. Yeah. And that would be something too with your salespeople when they quote it out, having those specific things that you want on there. When I go and assign the user, then I can assign those specific classes. So that would be something that we would want on paper for me to see when I go to make your groups. So.
It's a relatively new program. It's torch-like learning management systems the program we use. So it is a relatively new system to pull. So I do have a good idea of what you just asked and everything on there. And we're going to do some follow-up on that capability within torch. But being able to take away certain functions like workflows because you guys specifically don't use that, or you guys don't use whatever, we'll have some kind of function of torch learning management system, and we can limit out the goals out and have some great kind of questions if that's a program you guys think.
Cool, good. Alrighty, so I just want to show you a couple other features that this has. So we go into that collaboration. So you'll see that I've been clicking on the top bar here. Back at that home page, you can use those icons as well. So here with the collaboration, you'll see are all of the different discussions that you can read and follow up on. And these are all things that you'll see in your knowledge base as well. So let's see, we'll use this one for example. So you can have your favorites and just, I heart this discussion. And that will be saved on your subscriptions that you can go straight to as well. But just to open it up and view it, let's just take a look at what that looks like. So it gives you a rundown. So the main topic, what it's kind of about, breaks it down. Some of them are how to do things. So this is going to, where it would break it down of how to find different reports or install things. And then down here at the bottom are just the common questions. So I love that she put this in here. I think it's very, very helpful. So you also notice, so that's what the discussion portion looks like. Up here with the blogs, our instructors can post blogs that you can follow as well. The neat thing with the discussion part is that you can actually reply and add comments to it. As far as the blog goes, it is just to follow and read and follow up with any information that the instructors have. But the discussion part, you can actually put your comments in there as well. See here with the experts, we have all of the specific groups. So if you're wanting something, let's say data entry. Here are our experts, a list of them. You can click on them. Bob Bishop. It gives Bob's information and his email. So you can contact Bob directly with your specific question on that specific expertise. So that was another really cool thing. So if we go back to the home page, you'll notice here on the right, we have our navigation. This is going to take you, has the link to go straight to our main website. So they can check that out as well. And one of the other things we have here is the training calendar. And this is going to have a list of all of the classroom trainings that are coming up. And let's see here, if we go and find, I know there's, yeah. If you click on it, it has a breakdown of when it is, cost, and you can enroll right there as well. So, like I said before, it's, that one-stop shop, another tool to have in your management tool belt. It's, we want it not just for the new operators, like I said, but everyone needs a refresh course. And like I said, we want to work with you as well, whatever information, awesome feedback that we can help with you in your company, in your specific needs, please let us know, because we want to help out any way that we can. So, are there any other questions as far as the, awesome, yes?
When it comes to, he had a great question about admin, and we have administration, but we can move around as we please. Does that reset every year, that cost for the admin?
So you're saying that if you want to do it for more than a year and be able to go back in?
Yeah, say if I have it this year, because say I want to go back and look at the blogs and.
Right, right.
Those nice little fancy tools.
Mm-hmm.
But then in January, do I have to pay that fee again for myself?
Yeah, it is a year by year.
And even though I'm not taking any classes?
Correct. And that whole information, that collaboration thing, is also found on the knowledge base in Fusion. So if it is something that you wanted to get into at any time, you can do that. But yeah, it is a year to year. So you'd have to do that again. I apologize. One more time.
There's no top level administrator that actually sees the users that's inside the company.
There is.
But that's also part of the program.
Correct.
We're not gonna take the exams, and we're not gonna take the exams. We just wanna monitor it.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, because I'm not sure as the full breakdown. Cool. Yeah, because I'm not sure the breakdown on that, if it is different for users versus admin. Because if you're not going to be using it for refresh or to go into it, because we have the specific supervisor training program. If that's not something you're interested in, you just want to check it out, we'll have to look into that as far as if you're not wanting to take the classes. It may just be a matter of not assigning new courses. So, good question.
Does it carry your information from year to year? So whatever classes you took this year?
Yep, we have all that saved, yep. Yes. There is, and any one of our salesmen can quote you and give you a list of anything that you'd be interested in specifically. Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, if you are interested or want some more information or have awesome questions, I know Tristan's been taking them down, but if you wouldn't mind putting your name on that index card with your good contact for you, then I can contact you directly when I get the answers. So, all right? Great.